Hello and welcome back here in the Brickworld studio, and welcome back to my little side project, a Cyberpunk City I'm working right now. As you can see, that's what we did the last 3 times. Today is update time number 4, and always I'm working on an area of 16 by 16 studs. I'm using these Technic frames that were invented by LEGO for their picture stuff, and it's once again I'm working in that area here, of course, so we can fill up that little gap here. And because it's a little bit too less for an update, we're going to work at the first time at the second floor of our city, so it's going up and up. So stay tuned for a very interesting update here on my Cyberpunk City, because it's going up for the very first time. First of all, I have integrated the new 16 by 16 Technic frame and already started working here, filling up that little corner here, so that little area looks more complete right now. And yeah, it's just fine, because filling gaps is always a very fine idea. And I also can see that I have started working going up here. I have integrated a 60 by 16 plate here, just on that area, so we can work on here. It's a little bit on another level than on that area, but that's something we're going to fix in a moment. It's relatively stable, because I added a lot of columns here, because I'm not sure right now how high the buildings here are going to be at the end. So I wanted to have a very basic and basic structure, which is very stable, because I don't know how up everything is going in future updates. So it might be important to have a very stable base down here. And as always, I'm using the light system from Light by Bricks. It's just something I'm going to use everywhere here in the Cyberpunk City, but also I'm using it everywhere in my main project and also in my medieval projects. And light, as you might know, in a cyberpunk world is very important. So we have a lot of lights here. So I have to integrate some more in today's update. But for now, I just want to work going up here. So these parts are very important. So we have now a base plate of 33 by 33 studs. So it's like a normal base plate. But now it's time, as I said countless time before, going to work up here. Next up, I tried to do something special. I did that little construction here with some different parts here. We have that little gap here. It's not a stud, it's or not a half stud. It's a little bit another size, and I can just slide in that fence structure here. That's not an official LEGO part. It's a part from another manufacturer, but I really like that part because you have that very nice fence look. I'm just putting that part here on the other side, so the fence part is now just kind of locked in. It's a little bit able to move, but not a lot, and it looks quite nice in my opinion, and I really like that fence structure. So it might be able to add more deep construction here. We can add a shop or something like that behind that fence, and we have a very deep viewpoint from the top, from the front of course, and after that I can build up on the top once again. And I really like that kind of very difficult structure with different levels of building, different depths and just like that. So I really want to have that very complicated look with a lot of different layers and different buildings interconnecting with different shops and stuff like that. I think it's a very nice part of cyberpunk world with the main logo of high tech, low life, and that's something I really want to integrate here once again. So I started working here once again, adding a new blue light here. And now we have that kind of hallway here. That's just the cable running out, by the way. That's, by the way, the version 2 system of Light by Bricks. You can see the cable is running here inside. And you have no gap between the parts, because that's something, it was a little problem with the first version of Light by Brick parts. But the newer, very flat cables are able to be integrated between the studs, and the parts are still connecting as they should. So that's a very nice and interesting system. At that point, after adding the next light part here, I was not sure where I want to head with that construction. I tested out some different stuff. At the end, I was not quite sure where to go. So I decided to work on the left side of that base, and I added these little steps here. As said before, that fence part is now almost interlocked here. And if you watch from the front side, you can really look through it. So in a future update, we're going to add something behind it. I'm not sure right now what there's going to be. So if you have any idea, just write in the comments, of course. And we have then a kind of deep look, like we have it down here in that little hallway. That's something I really want to integrate here, because I really want to have not only a lot of details, but also very interesting angles of view, to have very kind of storytelling everywhere, and also added little steps going up here. That makes it perfectly to go up on that size. And yeah, as I said before, I'm not quite sure what to add here in the back area. Maybe a kind of shop. Some people from the German community shared ideas about a weapon shop, something like that. Maybe, I'm not sure right now. So if you have any ideas, as I said before, just write it in the comment area. But for today, I want to work here on the left area, because on the left, I do not want to have a kind of, once again, a possibility to walk. Just want to build up the building, so we have not everything on the same level, and have more interesting angles in that building, interesting viewpoints and stuff like that. So I think that might be a very nice addition to just put up the building on the left side. And that's it already for today's update. I did not get to the point I wanted to go in today's update, and the main reason is my oldest daughter has been brought to the hospital yesterday. Not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. And that's the reason why I did not get to the point I wanted to be in at the end of today's update. But I think we already did a lot of interesting stuff. I just worked a little bit more here on the left side. At another little light here, we have that little kind of entrance now for our back shop here. As I said before, I don't know what to integrate here at that location, but moreover, I think we're on a very nice way now to also have an idea of how different levels, different layers of that building might look. And for a future update next time, when we're going to expand the building to the right side, I'm thinking about going from the back alley kind of area here to a more open main street. So we have not that criminal alley look here, but maybe something more modern, more open. But I'm not sure right now. That's just an idea floating around in my head. But for today, I think we did a nice job here, filling up that little gap here in that corner here, working a little bit more on the higher levels. And I already finding out that is a very heavy construction here. It's almost some kilos at the moment. But there are a lot of mini parts here, a lot of details, and that makes it very heavy. But I really, really like the overall look I have designed for that project here. And if you also want to see more of my Cyberpunk city or my main city in our modern times, or about something else like my medieval projects, just subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you want to say something, just write a comment in the comment area. Really try to read every comment, and also try to write back on every comment, but that's something I'm not sure to do every time, but I'm really trying to read everything. So stay tuned for future updates.